Oops. Hello, everybody. Hello. Trump's losing his damn mind, bro. It's looking like a generational crash out from Trump. I'm sure we'll hear more about how this is. This is a great start to the show. This is a great start. Man, these allergies have just gotten worse. It was a little better earlier today, but I went outside, I got covered in more of the shit, more of the pollen or whatever the hell, and yeah, they're really kicking up. But the show must go on because it's crazy news day, guys. Alex Jones is calling for Trump to be 25th Amendment because he's lost his fucking mind, man. Like the tweet on Easter. Well, yeah, let me pull that up. The Easter tweet was just like, what is going on with this guy, dude? I don't know. To me, it's like a child playing a video game and he's getting his ass whooped and then he's just like crashing out at everybody. I've been there. I've been that child. I know how it feels, but it's not good when it's your president behaving this way. How's everybody doing? I'm going to try my best to get through this show. Obviously, talking is going to be very difficult, but I am going to push through this episode today. Thank you guys for showing up. Links are in the description if you want to support. Smash the thumbs up. Let's help get this out there to the peoples of the internets. But yeah, it starts off. So we're going to cover some of the shit from Trump today, and then we'll get to the Alex Jones clip. We got Tucker Carlson as well going off on Trump. And it's weird because everybody's attacking all of us people who really supported Trump. We all helped get Trump over the line. I mean, some people way more than others, like Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones. We put our lives on the line, our credibility on the line to support this guy. And now that we're like, holy shit, he's lost his mind. This is a disaster. The response from all the cult members is like, well, you're just a leftist. Oh, but the left. Like, okay, I guess let's just burn our whole fucking life to the ground to save us from the left. And by the way, the reason the left is going to be back in power, guys, is because of Trump's idiotic decision making, not because of us who are going, boy, this is idiotic, isn't it? But yeah, this is his Easter message. By the way, happy Easter. Hope everyone had a wonderful Easter. I don't think Trump did. Tuesday will be power plant day, so he's threatening again to attack their power plants. And bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. This is a weird fucking message, bro. And yeah, it seems like he's losing his mind. It does really seem like, I mean, I don't know if he's gone mad or if he's just crashing out because things aren't going the way that he thought they were. All these people that are buying all the like, I can't trust anything that comes out of Trump's mouth these days. He's just consistently lying every fucking day about this war. So like, I can't trust anything that comes out of his mouth. And then everybody's like, oh, the war's going so great. Really, it's not. This is not the behavior of somebody who's winning. This is the behavior of a child who wants to take his ball and go home, who's not getting his way. So it started with that on Sunday. Then he came out today and had a few messages. This is
the second rescue mission involved
about this rescue mission, which a lot of people are not really buying that narrative. There's a lot of very credible people who think really what happened was this was an attempt to go in and seize the uranium. This was like that secret mission that they were hinting about. And it went disastrously. So they had to fucking PR it up as like, oh, this was actually a rescue mission. It was so great. It's so wonderful that they shot our planes down and we had to spend all this money to rescue one. But people don't buy that though. People are saying that actually what was going on this was an operation to go in and take the uranium, and it was a complete fucking disaster, and this is the cover-up. I don't know, but I do know I can't really believe anything that comes out of the administration's mouth right now.
Involved 155 aircraft, including 4 bombers, 64 fighters, 48 refueling tankers, 13 rescue aircraft, and more. We were bringing them all over, and a lot of it was subterfuge. We wanted to have them think he was in a different location because they had a vast military force out there. Thousands of people were looking. So we wanted them to look in different areas, so we were scattered all over like we were right on top of them. We had 7 different locations where they thought, and they were very confused. They said, well, wait a minute, they've got groups here, they've got groups there. It's amazing.
So amazing.
And I was listening to these great people, these great generals. General Raisin Kane was amazing, and Pete Hegseth was...
Is that a real dude? Is there a general named Raisin Kane? Did Trump just make up that? I mean, that's crazy. That's a crazy name for a general. General Raisin Kane. Makes me hungry thinking about it.
It's amazing, but I listened to the whole thing. It was pretty amazing. So they had all these different sites where everybody thought...
Yeah, we got a clip of him talking about one of the reasons. Somebody says, is he talking about gay sex? Yeah, apparently the new thing is we need to go in Iran to save the gay people.
He was located. We think we have him over there because they have 9 planes circling a little area that's 25 miles down the coast. So in a breathtaking show of skill and precision, lethality and force, America's...
I really wish it wouldn't pick up my cough. I guess because it's coming out of my mouth, it picks up the cough. But it's not supposed to, like... Picks up the clap too. Whatever. I guess you guys are going to have to hear me cough.
The real area. Engaged the enemy, rescued the stranded officer, destroyed all threats, and exited Iranian territory while taking no casualties of any kind. The heroic F-15 weapon system officer had evaded capture on the ground in Iran for almost 48 hours. That's a long time when you're in tough shape and when you're bleeding. It's a long time.
And we'll get into more details on this story. It's a little unbelievable.
When we left, as you probably know, we had 2 large planes, pretty old planes. It carried a lot. We needed a lot more equipment going in than coming out, obviously. Because going in, we needed to be able to scale
At
mountains.
Leroy.45 long super chatted $5. Trump is crashing out for sure. His ego is becoming his downfall, and he's gonna bring the world down if he doesn't wake the fuck up. So sad to see.
Thank you for the 5, Leroy. I completely agree. He's made an error, and instead of acknowledging his error, it's everybody else's fault. He is acting like a child. He's acting like a child who sucks at a video game and is getting his ass whooped. And instead of acknowledging I'm just bad and I need to reevaluate my skills, he's just crying. He's just crying on the internet. He's on X. That post, that Easter post with the praise be to Allah and he's dropping F-bombs. That shit is some of the most unhinged shit I've ever seen. Thank you for the 5, guys. By the way, if you want to support the show, super chats are much appreciated. And I'm sorry about the coughing. I'm sorry. Allergies are kicking my ass. But I had to do the show because this is a big news day.
And we had a lot of equipment. But the sand was sandy, wet sand. So we thought there may be a problem taking off because of the weight of the plane. And then we also had all the men jumping back onto the planes. And they got pretty well bogged down. And we had a contingency plan, which was unbelievable, where lighter, faster aircraft came in and they took them out. We blew up the old planes. We blew them up.
So essentially, all these millions of dollar planes got stuck in the sand. So we had to blow up our own planes because they got stuck in the sand. It's a perfect operation. By the way, this guy has a good point. Trump, the mission involved 155 aircraft, including 4 bombers, 64 fighters, 48 refueling tankers, 13 rescue aircraft, and more. You don't use this many aircraft for a rescue mission. This was a botched invasion to steal the uranium that Iran stopped. Americans are so gullible. Now, obviously the cultists, because that's a lot of the people still supporting Trump. They're just they'll murder their own mother for Trump. Are going to say, oh, that's propaganda. You support Iran. You're an Iran propagandist. It's like, dude, there's a lot of credible people that have a lot of credibility that are saying this. So, and you have to acknowledge, which you won't, you Trump diehards, that Trump has been lying a fucking lot about this war.
Smithereens, because we had equipment on the planes that frankly we'd like to take, but I don't think it was worthwhile spending another 4 hours there taking it off. So we didn't want anybody to have, we have the best equipment anyway.
Isn't that nice? Like, say you get into an operation that goes bad and the enemy destroys everything. You can just say, actually, the enemy didn't destroy it. We destroyed it. We destroyed it because we didn't want it to fall into enemy's hands. Well, I don't know what to believe there.
In the world, we didn't want anybody examining our...
A lot of people think he's going to nuke Iran, JPA. A lot of people think that, including Alex Jones. That's why Alex Jones is now calling for him to be 25th Amendment, to be just like... I mean, it's never going to happen, but like maybe JD Vance needs to fucking take over somehow. We'll get into that. We got a lot of Alex Jones clips coming up.
Anti-aircraft and other equipment. So these were large planes that were old and pretty old, and we blew them up. And we had faster, lighter planes come in, and they were able to land on the sand. We needed the bigger planes because we had so much equipment that we needed. We took 3 helicopters over there, which were very strongly used and couldn't have lived without them. They did.
Yeah, and then we just blew them up, right? So the plan was to land all this big equipment that we needed and then get it stuck and then just blow it up. It went perfectly, right? The plan was just to set hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe billions, I don't know, on fire. And that was the plan. We succeeded. We completed our mission.
And they performed unbelievably.
But yeah, before we get to the Alex Jones, I want to catch up with what Trump, all the shit that Trump's saying lately, so you have more context as to why Alex is saying what he's saying. And Tucker Carlson went in hard too. Tucker Carlson's, he's pissed off about that Easter tweet. President Trump says the United States government was scammed by a group of people in the Middle East who kept the guns that were supposed to go to the Iranian people to overthrow their government. So remember, the Iranian people were supposed to rise up, right? Like, apparently there was an attempt to get a bunch of guns to the revolutionaries in Iran, and they gave it to the Kurds, and apparently the Kurds said, ha, psych, and they kept all the guns. Boy, they're just playing you like a fucking fool, Trump.
They don't have guns. We sent some guns, but the group that was supposed to give, which I said would happen to my people, I said it, I called it exactly. We sent guns, a lot of guns. They were supposed to go to the people so they could fight back against these thugs. You know what happened? The people that they sent them to kept them because they said, what a beautiful gun, I think I'll keep it. So I'm very upset with a certain group of people, and they're going to pay a big price for that.
So we're gonna go to war against the Kurds now?
But the Iranian people will fight back as soon as they know they're not going to be shot and as soon as they can get weapons.
They'll fight back, but they're not willing to actually fight back, right? Because that's if you're gonna fight back and try to overthrow the government, like there's a risk you're gonna get shot. It's warfare, right? Oh man, it just seems like such bullshit to me, dude. They completely underestimated or just fell for some bullshit from Israel that they were like, oh yeah, it's just a matter of time if we just go in there and we start assassinating all their leaders. They're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna come up and take over, and it's gonna be great. Obviously not, dude. Obviously not. And I think what's happening now, if you're a common sense thinking person, is this is just going to rally the Iranian people 100% behind the regime and against this foreign enemy who is bombing them, bombing their infrastructure, threatening to wipe out their ability to survive. But yeah, they're still on our side, I'm sure, right? Yeah.
They had weapons. They don't.
I'm sure they're still going to be happy with us when we wipe out their ability to fucking feed their family. Trump on Iran, if I had my choice, what would I like to do? Take the oil. Yeah, you're dreaming, bro.
I hate to do it.
We can't even open up the Strait of Hormuz and you're going to go in there and take the oil, dude. Okay.
But we're obliterating, and they just don't want to say uncle. They don't want to cry, as the expression goes, uncle, but they will. And if they don't, They'll have no bridges. They'll have no power plants. They'll have no anything. I won't go further. Because
Yeah. That's what's going to make the Iranian people want to. This shit, I can't believe they still act like the Iranian people are going to do anything other than join up to fight us. Like, all these things we've done is only going to rally the Iranian people to support the regime that maybe they don't like, but they're not the ones dropping bombs on the heads of little girls and threatening to wipe out your infrastructure to where civilians, the citizens who you're depending on to overthrow the regime, are going to fucking die. So how does that make sense? It doesn't.
Because there are other things that are worse than those two. And we might have...
Yeah, this background music is fucked up, ain't it?
Well, the thing...
A nice little jazzy swing as I talk about murdering and doing war crimes. Yeah.
If I had my choice, what would I like to do? Take the oil. Because it's there for the taking. There's not a thing they can do about it. Unfortunately, the American people would like to see us come home. If it were up to me, I'd take the oil, I'd keep the oil, and would make plenty of money. And I'd also take care of the people of Iran, much better than they've been taken care of.
Yeah, that's how you take care of them. Make sure they don't have electricity. That's how you take care of them.
Horrible. They've killed 45,000 people as of a month and a half ago.
45,000? I thought it was 122 million.
45,000 protests.
I heard it was 256 million.
We don't do that. So
I heard it was 450 million in 24 hours.
If I had my choice, I'd keep the oil. But I also want to make the people of our country happy. I think most people wouldn't understand that. I hate to...
Yeah, you're not doing a good job at keeping us happy, Trump. You're making our life miserable. I paid $4.37 premium, okay, because I have a car that it runs on premium. It can run on regular, but it's not good for the car, okay? So people go, why are you buying premium? Because that's what the car calls for, fuckface. Oh, these allergies are killing me. And yeah, I think that's the most I've paid for gas that I can remember. That was a lot of fun. Reporter, how would it not be a war crime to strike Iran's bridges and power plants? Trump, they're animals. Yeah, let's keep demonizing people. That's the way to go. Let's make it like they're all just evil fucking demons. But at the same time, we want them to be on our side.
Mr. President, how would it not be a war
I want to look after the people of Iran after I just called them a bunch of animals.
crime to strike Iran's bridges and power plants?
Because they killed 45,000 people in the last month, more than that. I think it could be as much as 60. They kill protesters, they're animals. And we have to stop them, and we can't let them have a nuclear weapon. Very simple. They want a nuclear weapon. They've been trying for a long time. I stopped them with the Obama horrible Iran nuclear deal. I stopped them in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I know this one's hard to hear. We'll skip this one. Bad audio. But essentially, he called them animals. That's his response to war crimes. Isn't that a war crime? Oh, they're animals. So they're not humans. They don't deserve any protection that a human deserves.
45 long became a member.
Thank you, Leroy. Welcome to the team, brother. Welcome to the kingdom. Thank you, brother. President Trump on Iran, the entire country could be taken in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
Operation Epic Fury, where we're doing unbelievably well, well at a level that nobody's ever seen before. The entire country could be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
I thought we already took it out. I thought everything was obliterated. Okay.
Operation Epic Fury.
Yeah. People are speculating that he's hinting at a nuclear attack because apparently Israel's calling for that. So yeah, that's gonna look real good. That's gonna bring everybody onto our side when we start dropping nuclear bombs. Everybody's gonna be, yeah, we love America. We love when they drop nuclear bombs on other countries. Trump, we have to find that leaker. It's national security. The person that did the story will go to jail if he doesn't say. So apparently somebody reported on the 2 missing pilots, and somebody reported that like one was found and one was still missing. And apparently Trump wants to lock that guy up, whoever leaked that.
All of a sudden, they know that there's somebody out there. They see all these planes coming in. It became a much more difficult operation because a leaker leaked that we have one, we've rescued one, but there's another one out there that we're trying to get. So actually, the country, Iran, put out a major notice, you all saw it, offering a very big award for anybody that captures the pilot. So in addition to a hostile, very talented, very good, very evil military, we had millions of people trying to get an award. So
you think Iran didn't know? You think Iran only knew because it was reported on? And I'm sorry, in this world, you can't stop people from reporting on shit. Like they want to control all the information because they're lying about everything. Well, I don't know about everything, but it seems like a lot of the shit that they're talking about is just straight up lies. It's all just war propaganda. And they want everybody to shut up so that all people hear is the propaganda.
when you add that to it, but we have to find that leaker because that's a sick person. Probably didn't realize the extent of how bad it was. I can't imagine that the person did, but we're going to find out. It's national security, and the person that did the story will go to jail if he doesn't say. And
yeah, he's an evil guy.
That doesn't last long, and I think everybody would understand it. They put this mission at great risk. They put that man at great risk, and they put the hundreds of people that went in looking for him, because everyone now knows that we're going in. All of a sudden,
apparently they did get the guy out. It's an amazing story. Like he got all these injuries and was able to climb a mountain while he's injured. I don't know, dude. It's hard to buy a lot of this shit. Trump, no, I'm not losing MAGA. MAGA loves what I'm doing. Somebody's filling them up with a bunch of bullshit. They really are.
And everyone's saying, oh, is Trump losing MAGA? No, I'm not losing MAGA. MAGA loves what I'm doing. And CNN did a poll of MAGA voters, a big poll, very important poll, Harry. And he went on, he said, this is amazing, 100% support. He said, I've never had a 100% poll at anything before. And is, do you support Trump, MAGA people, which is, by the way, mostly Republican. And if you look, I would say MAGA makes up a majority, like about 95% of the Republican Party, all right? So they went out, they did a poll, and CNN came back 100% support.
I mean, has anybody showed him the other polls where his approval rating is like historically low? I mean, they're gaslighting the fuck out of this guy. Either that or he's just retarded. You know, because the reality is the coalition that was MAGA that was able to get him elected, that coalition's dead. All that's left is a tiny percentage of that who are ride or die with Trump. They think Trump's a god, emperor, genius, and even when he does something stupid, it's just you're too dumb to understand his high-level thinking. It looks stupid on the surface, but like there's even people like, Trump's whole goal is to actually lose the war. You don't understand. If we go and we lose the war, that means in the future, everybody's going to have to buy oil from us because it's like, dude, you guys have lost your fucking minds. Trump has lost his mind and MAGA is dead. And again, the midterms are going to be a complete fucking disaster. The next election, the Democrats are going to run against the war. And there's a good chance we're going to end up with a Democrat president. And then they're going to come about all these fucking neocons, you know, we can't even call them MAGA anymore. MAGA's dead. The neocons that masquerade as MAGA are going to come out and blame me and blame Alex Jones and blame Tucker Carlson and blame everybody else except for this fucking retard right here who completely sold out the entire movement.
So they support what we're doing, but they would like to see it end and come back. But remember, wars last years. We're in there for 34 days. And we've obliterated a very powerful country in 34 days. Yeah, if it were up to me, I'd like to keep the oil. I just don't think the people of the United States would really understand.
I don't think the people would care. Like, if you are going to take it, yeah, of course, yeah, well, why don't we take the oil as well? But, you know, the reality is, like, I mean, you can shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up first, you know? And then the idea, we obliterated Iran. They're not obliterated, okay? They're still shooting missiles off. They actually feel, whether you disagree or not, they feel like they're winning the war. But yeah, they're obliterated. Completely obliterated. That's why they're refusing any fucking talks. They don't want a ceasefire because they're winning. Just in President Trump on how he'd like to proceed in Iran. Yeah, okay, we saw that one already. Trump, you know who else didn't help us? South Korea didn't help us. He's like talking about how much he likes North Korea now. It's crazy. Like Iran is such a dangerous fucking thing that we gotta go and sacrifice human lives, American lives to stop Iran. But North Korea, oh, they're great. Kim Jong-un said nice things about me. That's the power of having a nuclear weapon, boys. And that's why Iran's gonna probably end up really trying to get a nuclear. I think it'd be stupid not to. It was stupid to do a fatwa against getting nuclear weapons. If Iran would have just got a fucking nuclear weapon already, I know that some of you aren't ready to hear this because you're retarded. But if Iran would have just gotten a nuclear weapon already, we wouldn't be dealing with this stupid shit. Maybe we'd find some other country without a nuclear weapon to fuck with, because we got to fuck with somebody, right? We can't just have this giant military industrial complex only being here to defend our homeland. No, we got to have a constant foreign war to fucking keep the beast fed.
Think of it. And it's not just NATO. You know who else didn't help us? South Korea didn't help us. You know who else didn't help us? Australia didn't help us. You know who?
So now they all die. Australia's really hoping this war ends soon because Australia is in a very dire situation. A lot of countries are.
Who else didn't help us?
Because of
Japan.
us.
We've got 50,000
So now you're talking shit about Japan too?
soldiers in Japan to protect them from North Korea. We have 45,000 soldiers in South Korea to protect us from Kim Jong-un, who I get along with very well, as you know. Do you notice he said
North Korea, they're actually not that bad, guys. They're real good. They're great. They're great. They're not a... I mean, do we not care about the people of North Korea and the suffering and the starvation and blah, 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 blah? No, because they got a nuclear weapon. They're fine.
very nice things about me. He used to call Joe Biden a mentally retarded person, okay? So don't tell me about your stuff. Joe Biden, he said he's a mentally retarded person. He was so nasty to Joe Biden. It was terrible. But to me, he likes Trump. And do you notice how nice things are with North Korea? It's very nice.
Yeah, it's because he likes Trump. It's not because they have nuclear weapons. Right? It has nothing to do with the nuclear weapons. It's because he likes Trump. He likes Trump. There's so many flaws in this argument, dude, about how we have to go in Iran. But yeah, bro. If all the reasons you say why we have to go in Iran, they're a state sponsor, the largest state sponsor of terrorism. You realize how many countries that apply to? Pakistan has sponsored terrorism. India has sponsored terrorism. Saudi Arabia has sponsored terrorism. We've sponsored terrorism. Maybe we should invade ourselves. You know, we did fund Saddam Hussein. We funded Osama bin Laden. We funded a lot of terrorists. Maybe we should invade ourselves.
But we have... Think of it. And it's not just NATO.
Trump, I had so much hope for you, bro. So much hope. Why would the Iranian people want you to blow up their infrastructure? We have numerous intercepts from Iranians saying, please keep bombing. Yeah, the Iranians are sitting there going, please keep bombing us, Trump. We love it.
Iranians would be mad if you stopped these attacks. But why would they want you to blow up their infrastructure, to cut off their power? Wouldn't that be punishing Iranians for the actions of the regime?
They would be willing to... They would be willing, and it's suffering. They would be willing to suffer that in order to have freedom. The Iranians have, and we've had numerous intercepts. Please keep bombing. Bombs that are dropping near their homes. Please keep bombing. Do it.
At Leroy.45 long super chatted $2. Starting to think this is not Trump.
Bro, it's hard to wrap my head around it. It really is. It's like, this is not the guy we voted for. Was he just like pulling off the greatest fucking con job ever? Like, did he get body snatched? I don't know, but this is, it's hard to wrap my head around. And it is very, I mean, I don't want to sound like Alex Jones, but it's very sad. It's very sad because, this was one of our few last chance ditch efforts to actually try to actually fix this country in a meaningful way. And it started off so great with Doge. And now this is where we're at. Like this 4 years we got of trying to actually address the corruption in America and fix our bloated piece of shit fucking corrupt federal government and actually, no, we're going to spend it fighting neocon wars. It almost make you cry. I understand why Alex Jones is always crying. And again, guys, I'm sorry about the coughing, but I'm sick today and I'm just pushing through it. So
And these are
Thank you
people
for the
that are
super chat,
living
brother.
where the bombs are exploding. And when we leave and we're not hitting those areas, they're saying, please come back, come back, come back. These are the people. I don't know what they do. All I can tell you is they want freedom. They have lived in a world that you know nothing about. It's a violent, horrible world where if you protest, you are shot. Remember the great woman?
Iranians would be mad.
Yeah. I'm sure they're a lot less worried about their own regime now than the foreign nation that is bombing their infrastructure that they need to live. So this whole thing about how bad the Iranians are, we care so much about the Iranian. Don't you care about the Iranian people? Yeah, let's keep blowing them up. I care so much about the Iranian people, I want to keep killing them. President Trump says one of the main reasons the war against Iran is happening is so that the United States can bring back gay rights to the people of Iran. Okay.
They don't tell you the real facts. Women, men, gays. How about gays for Iran? They kill the gays. They throw them off buildings. So I wonder what's going on. I can only say this. They want us to keep bombing, even if it jeopardizes, because their life is in much greater danger. They want freedom for Iran.
We're doing it for the gays, boys. The gays want us to keep bombing. Do you want gays to be able to suck dick? I mean, why would you deprive the wonderful gay people of Iran of being able to suck as many dicks as possible? We have to bomb Iran.
But it's very hard for them to protest. I actually tell them, I said, don't go out. I fully understand. Nobody in this room would go out. I don't think there's any, because frankly, it's not a question of bravery. We're all brave, right? You're brave, I'm brave, we're all brave. But we're also intelligent.
But are you brave enough to suck a dick in Iran? I don't think so. Think about the gays.
If you have people shooting at you, expert shots, with the best rifles you can get.
The bravest man on this planet is a man willing to suck a dick in Tehran.
And hitting you right between the eyes every single time. And you're looking here and you're seeing and you're looking here. You're out of there. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is where we've reached the point where we're running out of arguments for this war, and now it's, well, we got to save the gays in Iran. I mean, what about the gays in Iran, guys? Don't you want dicks to be sucked in Iran? Trump, we have a plan because of the power of our military where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 tomorrow night. Where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again. That's great. The Iranian people are going to love that, aren't they? They're going to be like, oh, thank God, America. Thank you, America. What would I do without you getting rid of my power?
At Cybertwitch super chatted $4.99. His messaging and justification for this is all over the place, lol.
Yeah, I mean, you don't care about the gays in Iran, Cybertwitch? Think about the gays in Iran, bro. But honestly, there is no braver man on this planet than a man who's willing to suck a dick in Iran. God bless you. Shout out to the dick suckers in Iran. You're brave. More brave than me. Trump, I'm polling higher than anybody has ever polled in Venezuela. So after I'm finished with this, I can go to Venezuela. I will quickly learn Spanish. It won't take long. I'm good at language. I will go to Venezuela. I'm going to run for president. Bro, please, get the fuck out of here. Resign now and go run for president in Venezuela, dude. This is so fucking dumb.
But to the victor belong the spoils. So we haven't heard that in, I think, maybe hundreds of years. Now with Venezuela, and we, just so you understand, the people of Venezuela, they say if I ran for president of Venezuela, I'm polling higher than anybody has ever polled in Venezuela. So after I'm finished with this, I can go to Venezuela. I will quickly learn Spanish. It won't take too long. I'm good at language. And I will go to Venezuela. I'm going to run for president. But we're very happy with the president-elect that we have right now. The people.
He's got to grow a mustache first.
People that are running it.
He's got to dye his hair black and grow a real thick black mustache.
If you remember Bush with Iraq, they fired the generals, they fired the police, they fired the people that worked in their equivalent of the White House. They fired everybody. And you know what they had? They had a mess. And you know what happened? ISIS formed. Those generals and those soldiers got together, the police got together, they all got together, they formed ISIS. Not going to happen with us. So Venezuela has been an incredible It's been an incredible situation. We went in. We were very successful. Military power like nobody's ever seen. The general, Venezuelan general, said, I was on that site. I said, I've never seen ferocity like that. I've been doing this for 40 years. He said,
Yeah, keep talking about Venezuela. It was so great, guys. Don't think about Iran. Think about Venezuela. Remember, when you remember me, please remember Venezuela, not Iran.
That I've never seen it. They hit us from 17 different. They were all set. They saw that big, beautiful aircraft carrier, the Ford in that case, and planes were pouring off it at 1 o'clock in the morning. So typically, when you see that late at night, you know you could be in trouble, right? And we were all ready. They had their equipment. It was Russian, and they had Chinese equipment. It was all set. They were going to give us a fight. He said, and then they came, and they came at speeds like we've never seen. And they came at 17 different angles. The general and his people, that was a lot of angles. They hit him from every angle. He said, we knew it was over in 3 minutes.
Yeah, we get it, bro. It was so great. It was so wonderful. It's like we're gods on earth and no one can touch us. Yeah, if you would have just stopped after that, this would be a great story and we'd all feel good. Like, damn, yeah, we are pretty badass. No, but then you went into Iran and embarrassed the whole fucking country. So, yeah, but keep talking about Venezuela, bro. Keep talking about that one time in Venezuela where everything went so good. Reporter, deliberate acts on civilian infrastructure violate the Geneva Conventions and international law. Trump, who are you with? I'm with the New York Times. Okay, fake news.
I'd have them stay away. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the question. Deliberate attacks on civilian infrastructure violate the Geneva Conventions and international law.
Who are you with?
I'm with the New York Times. Zolan from the New York Times. Are you
failing?
Are you
concerned?
concerned?
Circulation way down at the New York Times.
Are
What's
you
going
concerned
on
that your threat to bomb power plants and bridges amount to
No, not at
crimes?
all. No, I'm not. I hope I don't have to do it. But again, I just said 47 years they've been negotiating with these people. They're great negotiators.
Why would that
and
act not
because
violate
they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. And if somebody that takes my place someday is weak and ineffective, which possibly that will happen because we had numerous presidents that were weak, ineffective, and afraid of Iran, we're never going to let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And if you think it's okay for people that are sick of mind, that are tough, smart, and sick, really sick, from a policy standpoint, from a standpoint, any which way you want to say, mentally, these are disturbed people. If you think I'm going to allow them, and powerful and rich, to have a nuclear weapon, you.
The question wasn't whether you allow them to have a nuclear weapon. The question was, isn't hitting civilian infrastructure a violation of the Geneva Code or whatever? So they're so terrible, the rules don't apply to us anymore. We're the fucking bad guys. I don't know if you know this yet. We're the bad guys. Someone says I have TDS. Yes, I have TDS. That's why I voted for Trump. That's why up till recently, I was supporting most of what Trump was doing. Because I have TDS. Yeah. It's not that I actually voted against this type of shit. I've always hated neocons. Trump ran against neocons. As much as you guys like to gaslight us and be like, Trump was always for this. There's a million fucking clips of him being absolutely against this. And that's why he got so much support. Because if he would have ran as a neocon on war with Iran, he wouldn't have won. He wouldn't have got my vote. And many other people wouldn't have voted for him. And saying Iran can't have a nuke, everybody's going to say that shit. Did I think, him saying Iran can't have a nuke meant we were going to go fucking do regime change? Or did that mean he was going to keep negotiating with Iran to come up with another deal? You guys are fucking gaslighting pieces of garbage. And you're not MAGA. You're neocons now. So enjoy your life as a neocon, hanging out with Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. And just be careful, when you go to the bathroom, make sure Lindsey Graham's not in that bathroom because he likes to stare. And have fun. Enjoy your new life as a neocon.
You can tell your friends at the New York Times, not going to happen.
It means violating international law.
Quiet. You no longer have credibility at the New York Times.
No, you don't have any credibility. This shit used to work when you were America First. and New York Times was pushing a bunch of woke garbage. But now that you started a stupid war, you've given credibility back to New York Times because they can easily just report on how terrible this war is. And they don't even have to lie. They don't have to make up shit about you because you gave them all the ammo they need to make you look like an idiot. And now they're going to get credibility again being against this stupid fucking war. You're the idiot now, Trump. This shit doesn't work the way it used to.
Because the New York Times said, oh, Trump won't win the election, and I won in a landslide. I won every swing state. New York Times said, oh, Trump won't win the election. New York Times has no credibility. The credibility they have is it used to be all the news that's fit to print. The old gray lady, it was great, but they're running on past fumes, and you can't keep doing that. You have to
What do you want me to poll the chat on, 1ST?
be able to give the
I'll do a poll, but what's the poll about?
correct news. And people like you, who I know, are fake. You're fake. Go ahead, please.
Your messaging on the war.
You're fake. You're fake. Yeah, and you're committing war crimes, bro. Okay? Breaking. Okay, so here's the first one from Alex. Breaking nuclear war alert. President Trump threatens to take out entire country of Iran tomorrow night.
The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
All right, so that is terrorism 101. Trump threatens to take out, this is a quote, the entire country of Iran tomorrow night. Military planning underway. How do you take out an entire country? Now, we have the backdrop of the neocon mouthpieces that he says listen to, saying use nukes. We have Netanyahu's deputy, who's even more hardcore than him, and they're talking about using nuclear weapons and neutron bombs. I'm the only one, a week before the attack 37 days ago, that said Israel has an arsenal of neutron bombs. Every major country does. Doesn't destroy infrastructure, but it kills even hundreds of feet underground in a giant radiation burst. Okay? You hit a full dose, you're dead in 5 minutes. Most people, a couple days, excruciating pain. It's been tested on animals, you name it. They claim they stopped building them in the 70s. No, it's neutron bomb all the way.
Yeah. I really hope we don't get to this point because this is going to unlock. Like, again, we're like the leader of the global world, right? The example we're setting for how wars are going to be fought in the future, because make no mistake about it, we're setting an example here. Dude. It's hard to believe this is the reality that we're in now. It's really hard to believe, like, this is the world we're in now. This is what voting for Trump has created. I mean, if this keeps going, Trump's going to be the guy that presided over two of the biggest crises in my fucking lifetime. COVID, he totally dropped the ball on that. The lockdowns were stupid. He should have fucking known better. And now World War III. Good job, idiot.
ST.0 Neon super chatted $2. Lindsay will use his bubble wand.
He's got secret powers.
At Leroy.45 long super chatted $2. God bless Alex Jones.
Yes. Thank you guys. What superpowers does his magic bubble wand have? Like, do your pants just immediately fall off? He waves his bubble wand and your pants fall down.
Print me that.
Got to be gay superpowers.
Get the video. Oh my God. You know what this is, right? I'm not trying to be alarmist. You have, from my sources, and it's in the news, for over a month, they've been telling Trump, use nukes like Japan, they'll give up. No, we will be instantly hated worldwide. The stock market will crash. They will not give up. Mark my words if we start nuking them. Even with tactical nukes in the Strait. The Japanese already tried to unconditionally surrender 5 days before. Their houses are made out of wood. We firebombed them with 3,000 plane armadas, sorties. And they dropped Little Boy and Fat Man on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to show the Russians what we had. That was the opening salvo of the Cold War. That's declassified. And that's because the emperor gave up, because MacArthur sent a message that we're going to hang your ass when we take the country if you make us lose hundreds of thousands of troops. They estimated we'd probably lose 200, 300,000 troops. So the Japanese were fight to death. No matter how much we bombed them, no matter how much they're starving, it's their honor. And Hirohito gave up. And they admitted the new emperor was basically MacArthur. The only reason they gave up was because the emperor told them to. And it wasn't enough when he gave up. And the Japanese weren't dumb. Admiral Yamamoto, before Pearl Harbor attack, sent a letter back to declassified in the 70s.
Ian Camero says, I'm not following anything, but it doesn't sound like there's any third-party diplomatic approach to resolving anything. There is. The problem is, Iran's not feeling like they need to concede very much because they feel like they're in a position of power. So what's going on is like Trump's not going to accept their, because they did send back some proposals, but Trump's not going to accept it unless it looks like victory. And if we concede anything, because one of the things they're demanding is that we like release the sanctions on them. Like if we were to succeed that, it would look like we capitulated because we were losing. So we're in this like death spiral where because of Trump's ego and he doesn't want to look like we lost, he's just going to keep fighting until the world is on fire.
And said, I fear we've awakened a sleeping giant. And he said the industrial might of the United States will now mobilize. And he said within 5 years, we will be a crater. Read the full letter. And he was smart and he was right. He followed orders. You can walk this out, folks. I have a clip coming up. We'll play it when Barnes joins us, where they have the deputy head, basically the vice prime minister, and they're talking about using neutron bombs in the Iranians. And they're laughing on a power trip saying, don't tell them what we got. Neutron bombs. You talk about war crime. This is beyond crazy. I can't, I'm pinching myself that this is even real, okay? This is beyond cuckoo town. Is Trump going to nuke him tomorrow? I think we might wake up in nuclear war.
I don't think he, look, I mean, he might be that dumb, but I don't think he is, dude. Because that would be just a terrible decision. But he's been making a lot of terrible decisions lately, so.
The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. Wow, that's terrorism right there. When you say, I'll kill all of you if you don't do what I say, I'm just... is this a dream right now? I mean, seriously, I'm like... This is the first time in my life I felt crazy.
Billion.
Did they put a brain chip in Trump or something? I'm serious. I mean, what the hell is going on here?
This could be who he was the whole time. Just a lying fucking con man. It could be it. He just, maybe he just conned the fuck out of us, bro. It sucks to admit it, but yeah, I mean, he just pulled the wool over our eyes and we're a bunch of idiots who fell for it. That's very likely.
Makes my job easy. He's, 25th Amendment. 25th Amendment is ass. The Democrats, though, they're so dangerous. Oh, my God, help.
Yeah, we're fucked. We're fucked. That's why we needed Trump to be good, because now we're going to have to deal with the Democrats taking over. We're going to have to deal with censorship, higher taxes, more terrible programs, open border, amnesty for the illegals here. We're going to have to, that's it. There's like, we had this one opportunity to have a fucking America first, take care of the American people first administration that could have done so much good. Instead, we got neocon warmongers. And now that's it. We got either neocon warmongers or woke Democrats. And we're just fucked.
Zero Neon super chatted $2. T-virus time.
Time for the T-virus. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. That might be this. What, we're going to send the T-virus to Iran or?
Oh, boy. I just am like the robot
Thank you,
and
Saint Onion.
lost in space when it gets a question it can't answer because both things are bad. I'm just like, cannot compute. I got smoke coming out my ears right now. Let's just hope it's some insane negotiation tactic. But the Iranians agreed to most of the stuff. God. I'm going to stop. I am beyond freaked out right now. We'll play these clips when we come back. Hands down, I have been on air 32 years, April 15th. 1994, April 15th, first show I ever did as a guest on a show about the income tax and the Federal Reserve. Hands down, in my 32 years on air, nothing has ever even come close to how much danger we're in and the insanity of what's unfolding and the nightmare that Trump has become. Madness of King George III, 25th Amendment, whatever you want to call it. If you look at the foreign control of it.
Became a member at Hole in Dan's Sock celebrates 5 months of membership. Iran's next to China. The fallout would hit them, dude.
Yeah, it's you'd have to wonder, like, if you do shoot nukes off, that's going to send alerts to all these other countries they might start shooting nukes. It could lead to a huge catastrophe, bro. And it's so dumb. Because again, what is this? He's supposed to be representing American citizens. How does this help American citizens? It does not, dude. It does not. And maybe it helps Israel. It helps the military-industrial complex keep greasing the wheel and fucking robbing American taxpayers. But that's not what we elected you to do, buddy. We elected you to make our life better, and you're not. You're making our life worse and more dangerous and the world more dangerous. It's just, man, that's so sad.
Israel, if you look at him
And thank you for the long-term membership, Hole in Dan Sock. Hope you're doing good, buddy.
changing stories every time. We don't want the straight. It's your fault. Europe and Middle East, you go fix it. We don't need it. Now, open the effing straight, Allah Akbar, or I'll destroy you. 20 plus times. We've had victory, regime change. We're done. Israeli operatives on TV. Hey, Americans signed up to die. They want to die. They're professionals. All of this is insane. No real objective. They told him it would fall. A few of his advisors, not Tulsi Gabbard, not the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, not Eric Prince, and now this. Trump threatens to take out, this is a quote, the entire country of Iran tomorrow night. Military planning underway. How do you take out an entire country? Now,
yeah, but I thought we were doing this for the people of Iran. Like all the arguments, like you're so heartless. You don't care about the people of Iran. The regime's so terrible. They do this. They shoot people, and we're better dropping bombs on their fucking head. That makes it better. Like really think about it. Like we need to kill Iranians to save Iranians. How fucking retarded are you, bro? If you buy that stupid shit, there's a lot of people. I mean, I have fans of the show who are turning on me because they're just buying all the Fox News propaganda and like, oh, I'm an Iranian shill now. It's like, no, I'm upset because this is bad for America. And I wanted Trump to do an America First agenda and actually make life better for Americans so we'd have a chance of winning the midterms and continuing an America First agenda. But that's not going to happen now. So you're cheerleading the downfall of the movement that you're supposed to love. Also what? So you can suck Trump's dick? So you can not admit that you got conned? In a year or two, you better come back and fucking apologize to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm talking to you, Mikey's bag of meat. He'll leave a comment on this one too. It'll be sounding exactly like Mark Levin. I like you, dude. I'm sure you're a good guy, but you're fucking lost in the sauce, bro. You're lost in the sauce. Come back to reality, dude. Stop watching Mark Levine. You're sounding like Mark Levine Jr. Hey, I'm not a neocon. Why are you sounding like a fucking neocon then?
we have the backdrop of the neocon mouthpieces that he says listen to saying use nukes. We have Netanyahu's deputy, who's even more hardcore than him, and they're talking about using nuclear weapons and neutron bombs. I'm the only one.
At Redonk super chatted $2. I support the dynamic politics of the kingdom.
Thank you, Redonk. Yeah, I mean, nothing's changed. This is how I felt forever. The gaslighting is like, oh, didn't you know Trump was going to do this? It was always going to. It's like, no, this was absolutely what he ran against. And I'm supposed to what? Not have like I'm not supposed to believe in the shit I talk about? No, I've always believed in the shit I'm talking about. When I said I was for no new wars and I'm against neocons and the warmongering that neocons bring about, I meant it. I didn't just say it as a political talking point. I actually meant it.
A week before the
Thank you,
attack.
Redog. Yeah, guys, if you're enjoying the show, links are in the description. Please support the show. It helps keep the show going because I lose a lot of followers because I have a lot of MAGA followers. So please, if you enjoy the show, support. It's much appreciated. And smash the thumbs up, guys.
37 days ago that said Israel has an arsenal of neutron bombs. Every major country does. Doesn't destroy infrastructure, but it kills even hundreds of feet underground in a giant radiation burst. Okay? You hit a full dose, you're dead in 5 minutes. Most people, a couple days.
Well, Buckeye says he knew that he was going to do this. Where was you at? Okay, Buckeye. Sure.
Excruciating pain. It's been tested on animals, you name it. They claim they stopped building them in the 70s. No, it's neutron bomb all the way and other stuff. So Israel has this big giddy event with all these Knesset members. Oh, we're about to use nukes. They're like, don't tell them, don't tell them. The neutrons, hey, don't give the secret away. Ha, ha, ha. I think there's a good chance because Israel threatened Trump, this is confirmed, that they would nuke 37 days ago, if Trump didn't do this. Then they went in.
Is that real, dude? Is that real? Did Israel tell Trump, hey, you better get in here or we're going to nuke fucking Iran? If that's the case, we should have nuked Israel. I mean, we should have declared war against Israel right there because Israel seems to be the fucking terrorist in that area right now, dude. Like, they're not acting like, a civilized fucking nation. They're acting like a bunch of goddamn barbarians, bro. And I don't want to be allied with a bunch of fucking lunatics.
Trump had finally listened and wasn't going to do it. It's a tug of war. And he thought it would be quickly over. So this is existential to life on this planet. He's doubling down. He's gambling like he's a degenerate gambler at the craps table or the roulette wheel at 4 a.m. He's already bet the house, already sold the farm. And now he's trying to, sell his plasma, his blood to keep betting. But our blood. This is total cuckoo town. Now, Iran came back with a plan that capitulated some. Trump said no. He had a plan. They said no because they know they control the Strait of Hormuz. So now it's not just bridges and not just 36 universities they blew up that they say the public love. You see them screaming and yelling in fear. But now it's total destruction, which means, yeah, they're floating nuclear. And they're so crazy, who knows? So here's President Trump during the press conference that just ended saying, I will destroy the entire country. I thought we're liberating these people. I thought the majority wanted us. Now they admit the CIA and Israel gave them a bunch of weapons. That failed.
Yeah, the Kurds. We gave the Kurds a bunch of weapons to give to the anti-regime revolutionaries in Iran, and the Kurds said, psych, we're going to keep the guns. Almost like we got played. It's almost like we're the idiots, you know?
This is how Israel got us into this. Try to get us to the Strait of Hormuz, Karg Island. All of it's about entrapping us for regime change, sucking us in. And just this weekend, I talked to high-level Pentagon, high-level White House reporters, Trump confidants, who you don't even hear on the news anymore. Notice Flynn didn't say anything. Not saying. Notice you don't hear Roger Stone. Where's Roger Stone?
Well, I see Roger Stone attacking Laura Loomer. Because Laura Loomer has gone full fucking, MAGA, like she wants to glass Iran. And Roger Stone is always attacking Laura Loomer, but he's not attacking Trump. We need to start attacking Trump. Trump really needs because I think they got him in a bubble where he really believes 100% of MAGA is behind me. I think he really believes it. We got to somehow make it clear to him that's not the case, bro. You're killing your movement. You're killing your reputation. You're killing your legacy. Maybe we need to start doing, why aren't we protesting? We protest over all this stupid shit. Why aren't there fucking mass protests in the street? Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need a 1 million man anti-war march to make Trump fucking realize, and make it clear this is these are people that voted for Trump that are now marching against Trump and his warmongering. I don't know, maybe that's what it will take. But I do wonder, like, where are the fucking protests? Is it the left? The left's the only side that can protest? Or is it because every time we protest, the media turns on us? I bet you if we do an anti-war protest, the media probably won't turn on us.
A week plus. Can't even go on air. He's so freaked out. These people have had hour-long conversations with Trump. They were going to fire Tulsi Gabbard last week, Trump was. They explained she's the only one that's...
I agree, Hole and Densock. If we do a protest, don't block traffic. Follow the laws. Stay on the sidewalks. Hold your signs. Don't block traffic, okay? That's a dumbass leftist thing.
Loyal. Well, she didn't say that she'd...
There are protests planned? Okay, well, thank you for letting me know, Morex. I haven't heard about it.
advised me to go to war, because she didn't. But she at least said, hey, I followed my orders. I'm not going to tell you what I probably told him. They've been purging people they think Barnes has talked to. But even Susie Wiles is now in the war, leaking that last week. This is insane.
Yeah, but we're all just TDS, right? Trump's own chief of staff, TDS. Robert Barnes, who was a lawyer who worked with Trump, who fucking supported Trump, TDS. Alex Jones, who had his livelihood destroyed over supporting Trump, TDS. Guys, when are you going to wake up? When are you going to wake up? This ain't TDS. Trump is fucking up. Wake up.
At st.0 Neon super chatted $2. They will EMP the coastlines, maybe a false flag.
Bro, there's a real fear from on my end of something like that, because it's like, this is becoming so unpopular that it's like they almost need some sort of mass event like that to rally people. So let's pray to God that they don't do some shit like that. And the thing is, too, with false flags, they don't even have to, like, do anything. They can just kind of let something slip through. You know, they get some intelligence and then be like, oops, didn't see it. I'm
going to talk to Barnes about what he thinks is really happening. He has incredible sources, just as good as mine or better. But I can tell you all, when I tell you, I've been told this by people that talk to the president at length. What's crazy is he agreed it was going to try to find an off-ramp, and then he does this. He's all over the map. When I tell you this stuff, I'm not pulling it out of my butt. I told you about the cabinet meeting 6 days after Kirk was killed, where Kash Patel...
Oops, forgot to unmute my mic, because I'm trying to mute my mic every time I cough, not to bother you guys. But yeah, Crumpulus, say hi to John. John, are you here? John's always in here, Crump, going, where's Crumpulus at? I think you got a new best friend, Crump.
Said, I want foreign involvement killed.
Crump's here, John. Where are you at, John?
And any accomplices. And it came out exactly as I told you the exact day. I was giving that to people in the meeting because they were scared to put it out. I will. And I'm telling you, this is even more crazy. That he was pissed at Levin last week and saying he's evil. I shouldn't have listened to him, but he's my friend, so I did. Bad advice. That's how Trump's out of his mind, okay? There is no doubt this is a different Trump. At 79, they finally pushed him into oblivion. Because some people implode in, he imploded up. He does not give a flying rat's ass. That's my assessment. I wonder what Barnes thinks to stop this, but they're leaning on the daring rescue raid and the pilots, how great they are, as if that makes them look good. As they lose the war, they try to focus in on this little success. So here's Trump back to back, threatening nuclear war. That is, they've already done it. So that's what this is. That's my view, my assessment. And let me tell you, right here in the gut, it's real. When your brain's sure of something, it tells this, get your shit together. Okay? And then Hegseth comparing the weapons officer that survived to Jesus. I love Christianity. I'm a Christian. And I like Trump promoting Jesus. But all this couching the war in Jesus and all this is exploitive and is wrong. Now, Barnes is going to come on right now.
Don't you know we're killing people for Jesus? You don't support killing people for Jesus?
We're going to get to all this, but here's the clips.
Oh, Jesus wants us to blow up another 200 children. What's wrong with you? You don't love Jesus?
The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
Shot down on a Friday, Good Friday, hidden in a cave, a crevice, all of Saturday, and rescued on Sunday. Flown out of Iran as the sun was rising on Easter Sunday. a pilot reborn, all home and accounted for, a nation rejoicing. God is good.
Wow. Here's Trump again. Just loop it. We'll take out the entire country of Iran. Imagine when they hear that. This has already unified them.
It's almost as crazy as when Alex Jones said Jesus told him to destroy Joe Rogan. Do you remember that? Jesus told me to destroy Joe Rogan. Yes, sir, Jesus. It's almost as crazy as that.
When I'm going to take you all out. That's like the Martians. Surrender or you're all dead. I'm going to take you all out. This is the worst thing you could do. Other than all the other stuff he's been doing. That if you wanted to unify an enemy, I mean, he came out last week and said, we're not going to help Medicare, Medicaid, or any of this. We're a war economy. The opposite, I mean, that just handed them the midterms.
I think we already handed them the midterms, okay? I think, first of all, him not doing enough for the America First agenda, him going light on deportations, as much as they talk about how they're pulling back on deportations, pulling back on Doge. I think that was probably enough. You add the war into this, yeah, kiss it goodbye. Kiss the midterms goodbye. And then, I mean, everything else is just a cherry on top after that.
And some libertarians go, that's a good idea. Whatever.
And the Democrats don't have to do anything but just sit back and say nothing except, this war is terrible. We're against the war. And that's it. They got it.
He promised the opposite. If you're going to do that, you sure as hell don't say it. Good God. He's committing seppuku.
What up, Nasal Drip? Yeah, well, Nasal Drip is a good nickname for me because that's actually what I'm going through right now.
Oh, if you don't know Japanese, that means political suicide. Play it 3 times. We're going to Barnes. Play him 3 times saying, we will take out the entire country of Iran. You know what that's going to do? Israel told him to kill the mullah. Every study said that would make them come together.
Yeah, no shit. Assassinating their leadership is going to make them fucking rally together. This is all common sense shit, but people are so fucking dumb. They fall for shit that's absolutely against common sense, which is, if we just bomb them really hard and assassinate everybody, that's going to make them like us even more, and they're going to definitely revolt now. No, it's going to fucking harden them against a foreign enemy. They're going to choose their country, obviously, over some foreign nation that's dropping bombs on their fucking head. But yeah, let's believe the bullshit.
Think you kill the Pope, makes Catholics give up? Gonna get a holy war. Here it is.
The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
Yeah. We got some stuff with him with Barnes, too. Barnes has been pretty good.
Zero Neon super chatted $2. Ping, I made you pork chop soup.
Oh, thank you so much, Saint Onion. That actually sounds wonderful. I don't know if I've ever had pork chop soup, but I imagine it's fucking wonderful. Thank you, Saint Onion. Thank you for caring for me in my day of sickness. Yeah, here's him with Barnes. Planet Earth in crisis. VP Vance should put Trump under house arrest to stop the president from using nuclear weapons. I've always kind of liked Barnes, but I was never a huge Barnes fan. But he's really winning me over lately.
What we should do is have Vice President Vance tackle him, take him to the basement of the White House, that new bunker they're building under the ballroom. Why is everybody building bunkers, by the way? I mean,
why is the cabinet living on military bases? Because they know it's coming.
Exactly. Tackle Trump, put him in the basement, let him watch nonstop videos of how great he is, and then Vance, get us the hell out of this. Because this is on the verge of being World War III and a disaster we will not be able to recover from for a generation.
The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
Tackle Trump and let him pretend he's president and publicly report that he's going through a health issue and Vance take over.
We got to start a fake news
At Metal2JS420 super chatted $5. If Trump becomes king of Venezuela, I'm moving there before Rubio or Kamala get elected.
Good luck, bro. Good luck. There's a lot of Venezuelan hotties. I'm sure you'll do good down there. Yeah, we need to start like a fake news channel that just sucks.
Nick became a member.
That just sucks Trump's dick all the time, and just lock him in a room and let him watch that, and let him think he's. I don't know, man, but I don't know if Vance would be better. But I've heard Vance was one of the few voices that was against the war that he didn't listen to. Obviously, Trump. There was a lot of military people, a lot of smart people that advised Trump against doing this. But I guess he just trusted Netanyahu and Lindsey Graham over all the experts that said, no, this is not going to work. Thank you. Welcome to the team, brother. We got a membership. Hell yeah. Thank you, brother.
It literally needs to be something like that.
Let's go. Can we get some more members? Can we get a couple more? It's super cheap, guys.
It's that bad.
I've known you a long time. You've never called for a internal coup before.
Ever. But that's how dangerous this is.
It's not the tabs. I you know what? Everybody's complaining about the tabs.
President
I did away
Trump
with the
has
tabs.
lost his mind.
I did away with the tabs. Now I just set it up in my bookmarks. Well, thank you, OFA, with the 10 gifts. Oh yeah. Welcome everybody. Holy shit, we just got 10 new members. Holy shit. This is we're raining memberships in here. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, OFA. Welcome everybody. Say thank you to OFA for the very generous gift of 10 members, dude. Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate the support. I really do.
He is gone.
Because I'm getting a lot of hatred right now from ex viewers of the show who are unwilling to acknowledge that Trump is a problem. And I'm the problem because I say bad things about Trump now. No, Trump is the problem. Thank you. Redonk, member for 1 month. Thank you, Redonk. Thank you, everybody. Much love.
King Lear mad. And he risked the entire world if we don't step up and do something.
I was about to say, what do we do? But even his brain, Levin was saying, we should probably end this now and just build a U.S. base in Israel and bomb them, whenever we need to. Even there now.
Thank you guys. Redonk gifted a membership
halfway moving
as
off
well.
regime change, but not Netanyahu's staff. They're saying use neutron bombs.
Thank you for the gifted membership, Redonk. Michael Flesh, welcome to the team as well. Thank you guys. And please, if you got one of the free memberships, say thank you to the generous El Jefe and what was the last one? My brain's barely working. Redonk. Say thank you. Thank you guys.
The UAE
Much love, guys.
and
Thank you.
Saudis are neck deep in this. These guys grew up, MBS and MBZ, the respective leaders of Saudi Arabia and the Emiratis, believe that they have to take out Iran for their future to be controlled. These
But
guys
even the crown prince is now acting like he wants an end with Putin.
Oh, yeah. It's both. He's trying to play. But what happened is the Saudis greatly exaggerated their end. These guys grew up playing Call of Duty. They think war is a video game. These guys are nuts. The Bibi is nuts. The Saudis are nuts. The Emiratis are nuts. We got to divorce them now. And the president has lost his mind.
Another membership. Thank you, Saint Onion. I'm going to go back a little bit so we don't miss because I know people that are viewing, they're like, oh, so we'll watch it again.
3,534 became a member.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Saint Onion, thank you for the gifted membership, brother. Gianni Skitchy, welcome, brother.
King Lear mad.
Welcome to the Pingdom, boys.
And he risked the entire world.
In the Pingdom, we don't like stupid fucking wars and we don't suck anybody's dick. We actually stand for what we fucking claim to stand for. And just because, you're not on the left doesn't mean I'm going to suck your dick when you do terrible shit. That's what the Pingdom's about. Welcome.
If we don't step up and do something about it.
We don't suck dick around here, boys, okay?
What do we do? But even his brain, Levin was saying, we should probably end this now and just build a U.S. base in Israel and bomb them, whenever we need to. Even they're now halfway moving off regime change, but not Netanyahu's staff. They're saying use neutron bombs.
And the UAE and Saudis are neck deep in this. These guys grew up, MBS and MBZ, the respective leaders of Saudi Arabia and the Emiratis, believe that they have to take out Iran for their future to be controlled.
But even the crown prince is now acting like he wants an end with Putin.
Oh, yeah. It's both. He's trying to play. But what happened is the Saudis greatly exaggerated their end. These guys grew up playing Call of Duty. They think war is a video game. These guys are nuts. The Bibi is nuts. The Saudis are nuts. The Emiratis.
Bibinib super chatted
Thank you for the
$20.
20, brother.
I've been watching for years. I remember you on the verge of breaking down one night only having 17 viewers lol. I got nervous when Trump dropped the meme coin. Was a bad sign.
Yeah, that was a bad sign. I got nervous when he brought in fucking Marco Rubio as well. That was a bad sign. I don't remember only having 17 viewers, but I'm sure it happened at some point. I'm sure I think it was that when I was on the road from the hotel, doing it on my phone when I hadn't been posting because I was working traveling.
These are nuts.
Thank you for
we
the
gotta
20,
divorce
brother.
them now.
Very generous. Thank you
and
so
the
much.
president has lost his mind. I mean, literally, what we should do is have Vice President Vance tackle him, take him to the basement of the White House, that new bunker they're building under the ballroom. Why is everybody building bunkers, by the way? I mean,
why is the cabinet living on military bases? Because they know it's coming.
Exactly. Tackle Trump, put him in the basement, let him watch, nonstop videos of how great he is, and then Vance, get us the hell out of this. Because this is on the verge of being World War III.
Do we trust Vance to get us the hell out of this, though? If that's the case, if all of a sudden Vance was running things, this would be done, then yes, please get Vance in there. But I don't know if I trust that.
A disaster we will not be able to recover from for a generation. This is, both of us have been warning about various risks. Neither one of us, outside of the COVID pandemic, warned that this kind of disaster.
Yeah, renaming the Department of Defense as the Department of War. At first, like, oh, that's base, bro. That's so base. And in hindsight, it's like, oh, shit. Okay. That was a sign.
Disaster could happen. We were dead on accurate.
And this is worse exponentially. So stay there.
Worse.
But we're going to break in a moment. Let me just ask you this. I was about to say, the Democrats and them in the midterms, that's a side issue now compared to existential threat. How do we 25th Amendment his ass?
The problem is to get the 25th Amendment, it's harder than impeachment. You have to get 2/3 of the House and 2/3 of the Senate.
So what do we do?
Tackle Trump and let him pretend he's president and
tackle Trump. They're going to arrest you, Robert. You better be careful, bro.
Publicly report that he's going through a health issue and Vance take over. It literally needs to be something like that. It's that bad.
I've known you a long time. You've never called for a internal coup before.
Ever. But that's how dangerous this is. That's how risky it is for the whole world.
Yeah, if I was the Democrats, I'd stop poking Trump and messing with him. That only makes it worse. Like, you guys need to watch out. This isn't a guy acting like he's crazy. This is real.
What's there going to be to take over in 2026 or 2028 if this hits the fan? If we get it, he's threatening an extinction level event for the people of Iran tomorrow. Does nobody think there'll be any blowback from that? If he follows through on that, the whole world is screwed.
You were saying during the break, there's other ways to do this. People need to just not just telling the truth, like Susie Walsh said. It's time to just not. I mean, say what you just said.
Yeah, well, legally and constitutionally, the vice president is an independent elected official. The same as legally and constitutionally, the only oath any member of the military takes, any member of the State Department takes, any member of the intelligence community takes, any member of the government takes, is only to the Constitution. It is not to the president of the United States. There's no such oath. We don't take oath to people. We don't take oath to politicians. We take oath to the law, to the Constitution of the United States of America. So the next time President Trump orders something that is illegal, because what he's talking about is a mass act of terrorism and a massive war crime, legally, ethically, professionally, morally, by oath, no military official can execute such an order. So they should refuse to execute any such order by the president if he gives it for a terroristic war crime, like mass bombing Iranian civilians into oblivion, like using nuclear weapons against Iran. That has to be communicated clearly, and they have to decide to do it. Maybe convince the president that he decided that he was the one who decided not to, because his memory is literally like the movie Memento. He remembers something one minute, he forgets it the next.
Oh, that's fucking scary, bro. That's always the risk of electing somebody as old as Trump. But I mean, you gave us a terrible choice. It was Kamala or Trump. It's like, I'll take the 79-year-old non-woke guy who claims to be against more wars. And yeah, we got played, man. We got fucking conned.
So just there's serious problems.
I'm not saying Kamala would be better. Kamala would probably have started the war with Iran too. So, we're fucked either way.
The chief advisors that he was going to fire Tulsi, he calls him and says, "Should I?" And he didn't remember that she gave him all the intelligence that Ratcliffe held it up. And he goes, "Oh, actually, I like her." It's like, by the end of it, he loved her.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, I mean, I've heard directly from high-ranking members of the administration who have confirmed the same thing. And they said it's been happening now for 3 or 4 months, that he just forgets basic things. I mean, everybody that's had
the neocons, you said this months ago, but the neocons are on the news bragging. Anyone that you even know in the administration, they're firing as if you told them stuff. When they say you're wrong to Trump, they blame you. Just to show it's total insanity.
Complete insanity. I mean, he made the right call, finally getting rid of Pam Bondi and finally getting rid of Kristi Noem, that we had advised him to do back in early January because they were such walking, talking disasters. But he doesn't.
By the way, you said on air it's going to be sex stuff with Noem. Not just Kelly Lewandowski. I guess you knew about this big tit stuff.
Yeah, Oh yeah, absolutely. The whole White, it was an open secret in the White House that she was using money to fund her affair with Corey Lewandowski, and that Corey Lewandowski was weaponizing the office to line her pockets. Same with Pam Bondi, was doing the same. But the people that have been telling him don't go in, don't get deeper, don't get more involved, are people that he only sporadically listens to, and instead he's been encouraged by insane people to do insane things. Bibi Netanyahu has lost his mind too. So those people have to be excluded from the decision-making matrix. And what we need is people like Vice President Vance and others to step up. But Heg's death is a nightmare. The guy thinks he's really bringing Jesus back. He's waiting for the
Heg's death? I like that. Heg's death. That's what he is from now on. Heg's death.
third temple to be established at the end of this. He wants the apocalypse to happen. We should not have a Secretary of War who wants the apocalypse to happen. That is not a good thing. The guy has completely fallen off the neocon wagon, and he's drinking like a madman, doing a full-scale 24-hour binge of neocon insanity mixed with Christian Zionism.
And you also see...
I got a clip, too, of Hexet talking about like how he's off the neocon in 24. He's like, I'm off the neocon bandwagon, and I've learned, and we're not going to keep doing this stupid shit. Apparently, you're taking the neocon booze again, bro. Back on the neocon booze.
Lindsey Graham with bubble wands, stalking children at Disney World. Gnome's husband with giant fake tits. You've got Graham drunk this weekend, stumbling around the street. I mean, this is insanity.
You have a dystopian nightmare living out in like every sci-fi novel that has always started out with there's some nuclear war that the country gets some. And the
guy that starts it, Trump's brain, has a bubble wand.
That's exactly correct. I mean, he's just lost it. We just have to be honest. He's lost it. And we've got to take corrective remedial action. Somebody's got to do something before the whole world burns, because otherwise that's the risk that might start.
He's like a crazy jumper on the Brooklyn Bridge taking us with him.
Everything I...
That's one way to put it, man. Breaking: the Pentagon's daring rescue mission of the downed F-15 airman was really a cover for a failed special forces raid on Iran's enriched uranium. A lot of people are saying this.
Actually, a special forces operation to seize the enriched uranium, which was a high-risk operation, so high risk that a bunch of high-ranking generals objected to it, and they were sacked on Thursday.
Are you allowed to report on this, or is Trump going to ask for you to be imprisoned now for reporting on this and not reporting the propaganda, but reporting the actual facts on the ground? Look out, Robert Barnes. You might need to move to another country, bro.
I'm told that the Army general was removed because of this. The head of the Army.
Correct. Some of the top-ranking military affairs. Army Secretary Driscoll, who is very close with J.D. Vance, they go all the way back to law school together, is considering resigning in protest over what's happening.
Elaborate on that. That's huge. And again, these people were loyal. These are not leftists.
Not at all. Army Secretary Driscoll, served his country. His parents served his country. His grandparents served his country. Comes from multiple generations. Western North Carolina, Appalachia. An area of both opposition to war and service in the military historically. He was the one trying to get a deal done in Ukraine. Was also integral. He met with the Oman ambassador when he came back about the mediation efforts to get Iran nuclear war and debriefed the vice president on it. And Vice President Vance strongly opposed this conflict all the way through. The same with Army Secretary.
By the way, I confirm that Vance was public in support. I'm not defending Vance, it's true. I'm told behind the scenes he was like just begging, and Trump, he was screaming.
Start a poll. Let me know if you guys support the war, if you support the decisions Trump's making or not. I think there's going to be overwhelmingly in one direction here. And this is a MAGA audience I have. To gaslight me and be like, all of MAGA's for this. It's like, no. Everybody in my life that I know that was diehard for Trump, they're all bewildered and just like, what the fuck is going on? Who is this guy now? But yeah, 100% of MAGA supports Trump.
At him, you name it. Even Susie Walls, who we're not fans of, is against it now. What does that tell you?
Exactly. She saw what the polling data showed. She saw what the economic data showed, which is that even if we don't use nuclear, it doesn't escalate. The highest risk is nuclear weapons use in Iran. Because if it is used there, not only does it create a global catastrophe.
No, Hole and Dansock, we love a good war, okay? A righteous, justified war in defense of our country and our fellow countrymen. A war that we fight for, if somebody wants to, like, that's when we like war. We're a war nation. We just don't like stupid wars that only fucking ruin our economy and serve no real purpose other than to enrich a bunch of fucking losers.
It creates a local catastrophe.
Give me a good war. Give me a good righteous war, please.
Because that radioactive
none of the ships will go through, period. Let's explain this to people. If they send in Marines and Army, which Israel's advising, they will be pinned down, and doctrinally we use tactical nukes at that point. Let me explain to people, we are not in Kansas anymore. We are all in grave danger. I've been on there 32 years, folks. This is total red alert.
Well, I hope for our own sake that this is a little hyperbolic, but we are on a path where this could end up being terrible. Yeah, and Tucker came out. Tucker is pissed off. Tucker demolishes Trump over his horror post on Easter Sunday. Listen, wait, before we play that, I want to get to this Hexeth clip, right? For everybody that's like, oh, you should have known this was definitely going to be the war. This was the talking point of MAGA forever. And to gaslight us like the talking points of MAGA was, we're going to start a regime change in Iran. I don't know, maybe there's some retards that will buy it, but I don't understand how you expect us to believe that level of gaslighting that, oh, it was always going to be the plan.
I've been a recovering neocon for 6 years now. Like
a recovering neocon. Like being a neocon is some sort of drug addiction, dude. I guess that's what happened. They got the neocon syringe in his fucking arm. And he's like, yes, war. Oh, fuck. Oh, I wanted to be a good person, but oh, I need this war. Oh, give me the war. Oh, I love it.
The foolishness with which we ricocheted around the world, intervening, think it was in our best interest, when really we just overturned the table and created something worse.
Oh, really? Really? Wow. Well, so he's talking about how terrible neocons are and how this type of shit is stupid and it doesn't make the world weird.
In almost every single scenario has led to the hubris of the Pentagon is that they want to now tell other countries how to do counterinsurgency based on what we did in Iraq and Afghanistan. Like, are you kidding me? So you really have learned nothing.
It's almost like he's talking to his present day self. Like, this is your fucking past self warning your present day self, and you should listen to yourself, Pete Hegseth.
Okay, nothing. So you're right. The trust there that our political leaders or our generals would have our best interests in mind is totally broken. It's totally broken.
And I could literally do a 2-hour show that's nothing but Trump fucking talking shit about the forever wars and no new wars and all that. But yeah, keep gaslighting us like that never happened.
I've been a recovering neocon for 6 years now. Like the foolishness with which
a recovering neocon. Well, he's back on the neocon wagon. That's so sad, bro. Let's hear Tucker out here. He's not happy with Trump. Neither am I.
The morning of Easter is a uniquely joyful and peaceful moment. And yet that peace yesterday was shattered. That's not an overstatement. It was shattered for many observant Christians by a statement that the President of the United States put out at 8:03 a.m. Eastern time on Easter morning that said this, and we're going to read it.
We're at 85 votes, 81% no, 18% yes. That's what I'd expect it to be around there. So yeah, very popular among MAGA, huh? Very popular.
In its entirety, not in outrage or self-righteousness, but honestly in horror. Quote, Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. 3 exclamation points. Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. All caps. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Trump. Now, a lot of people reading that imagined, of course, this can't be real. Did the President of the United States really just write that?
And 80-20 kind of lines up with, if you looked at all of MAGA, like which part of MAGA are the old school neocon Republicans and which part of MAGA is the new blood America First MAGA, that kind of lines up. It's like 20% of MAGA probably is neocons. So that makes sense. And that's probably who they're polling now, right? When they say 100% of MAGA, they're only polling the fucking neocons that are still around.
And it is real. It is maybe the most real thing this president has ever done, and also the most revealing. On every level, it is vile on every level. It begins with a promise to use the U.S. military, our military, to destroy civilian infrastructure in another country, which is to say to commit a war crime, a moral crime against the people of the country, whose welfare, by the way, was one of the reasons we supposedly went into this war in the first place. They're being killed by their government. We have to rescue them. And now here's our president, not even a month and a half into the conflict, which we are not winning, by the way, because the Straits of Hormuz are not open. There's one way to keep track. That's the measurement. Saying that we're going to use our military to...
I'd say that and their ability to shoot missiles off at other countries and keep attacking infrastructure in the oil production of other countries. I'd say that's a good measurement as well.
Kill the civilian...
They're obliterated as they shoot missiles off at everybody. That's what an obliterated enemy does. They keep shooting missiles.
Civilians of this country who didn't choose the war, they got nothing to do with it. They're like civilians everywhere. Blow up their bridges? Bridges on military bases? No, just bridges. Bridges that people cross every day to go to school and work and to worship, and yes, church, because there are over 1 million Christians in Iran. This is their Easter too. And power plants. Not the power plants attached to missile factories, okay, but civilian power plants in a country of almost 100 million people. What happens when a modern country, and a country that has a nuclear program is a modern country, sorry, Iran is a modern country, what happens when it loses power? Well, people die. Babies connected to incubators die. People in hospitals die. And those are the first level effects. And then people begin to starve. And then you have refugee crises. People leave the cities looking for food. And then, yes, they move into other countries. In the region, in Europe, in the United States, you cause chaos and death, mass suffering and death when you do that.
That's going to make them love us, Tucker. Once they have no electricity and everybody starts dying off, that they're going to really love us then, huh?
And we have done that. We have intentionally bombed civilian infrastructure in Iran. It's totally unacceptable. Not under the phony laws of some international body, but under moral law, God's law, killing non-combatants, people who did nothing wrong, who didn't choose this war, who were just people created by God. That is immoral. That will never be moral. That can never be justified. That is always wrong.
But didn't you hear Trump said they're animals? So rules don't apply. We're dealing with animals here, according to Trump.
It can be expedient. We need to do this. It doesn't mean it's right. It's the most wrong thing. And we should always remember that what we do will be done to us. Live by the destruction of civilian infrastructure. Live by the killing of children, the bombing of elementary schools and colleges. And you will die, and your children will die by those same things. That's just a fact. That's never not been true. We don't want it to be true. It's the last thing we want to be true, but it is nonetheless true. And everyone knows that on an animal level. You can feel that that's true. Ooh, shouldn't do that. You'll be punished for it in this life or the next, or maybe both. For the president to say that and not bother to tell us, oh, it was an accident we did this? Well, one, it makes you reassess the bombing of the girls' school attached to the IRGC naval base, where the children of Iranian military officers were incinerated in a bombing, not one but two, a double tap. Every person has assumed that was a mistake. No American could ever believe the U.S. government would do that on purpose. I still don't believe it. But after this, you have to kind of wonder, how did that happen? Was it bad targeting, coordinates given to us, we hope, by Israel, another country? Maybe it wasn't.
I've heard a few theories. One is that it used to be part of the base. They're using AI to mark the targets. AI fucked up. I don't know. Hopefully we didn't do it on purpose.
Who knows?
I don't think we would have done it on purpose because that's just unfathomable. But
at this point, for the president to call for that, it's worth stopping and saying, no, this is not acceptable under any circumstances.
Redonk and hole and dance sock make up, okay? We're going into Armageddon. We gotta not fight over petty shit, guys. We gotta come together. Come on, guys, make up, hug it out.
You haven't justified it. You couldn't justify it. And it can't be done in our name. And the point, of course, is to get the Iranians to open the Strait of Hormuz. Well, no sane person thinks that's going to work. At which point you have to ask, why would we do it anyway? Well, there are a bunch of possible reasons, but the darkest of all is for the sake of doing it. For the sake of killing, for the sake of exercising the most obvious form of power, which is extinguishing life. That's why we're doing it. The thrill is in the killing. The power is in the killing. The exertion of force is the point. You don't want to think that. But after a message like this, what could possibly be the reason? There's nobody who thinks that if we do this, and we pray we don't, for our sake as well as the sake of non-combatant innocent Iranians, nobody thinks this is going to work. But then the tweet continues. Pardon me, the ironically named truth continues. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing strait. How dare you speak that way on Easter morning to the country? Who do you think you are?
At Polish Pride 68 super chatted $1.99. I woke up with a profound sense of doom today.
I feel you, brother. I think a lot of people are having that sensation. I don't know what to say to make it better, dude. I really don't. I wish there was something I could say to make it better, but you can only control what you can control, which is your own life, right? Like, we can't control. There's so little we have actual control of, and our life is one of those things. So take control of the things you can, and I don't know, man, maybe bail out. Like, don't stop watching this show. But, you don't have to, if it's making you miserable, just like get away from the news for a while, man, and do things that make you happy. I feel that, like, I have to do that every now and then. But, yeah, man, just try to make your life as good as it can. Like, control the things you can control, I don't know what to say. It sucks. I'm right there with you.
You're tweeting out the F word on Easter morning?
Thank you for the super chat, brother.
You'll be living in hell. As if hell is a place. Hell is a condition. And this is an example of that condition. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran. Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way,
that might be kind of part of what's going on here, dude.
No decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the theology. Presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself. And we should never mock that, because at its core is the acknowledgement that we are not in charge of the universe. We did not build it. We won't be here at the end of it. We can destroy life. We cannot create it because we are not God. The message of all faith at the biggest picture level is the message in our Bible, which is you are not God. And only if you think you are do you talk this way. But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out which theocracy is more effective. We are not a theocracy. And God willing, we never will be, because theocracies corrupt the religion. No, this is a mockery not just of Islam, it's a mockery of Christianity. To send out a tweet with the F word on Easter morning promising the murder of civilians and then saying praise be to Allah without explaining any of it, you are mocking me and every other Christian because we're Christians. Oh, I get it. We can't support that. Under no circumstances can we support that. Doesn't mean you have to hate Trump or take the opposite position on every issue from Trump. You shouldn't. A lot of his positions are the right positions, but you cannot support that. That is evil. That is an intentional desecration of beauty and truth, which is the definition of evil.
I think he's cooking right there. I agree. I think that's well said. Well said from Tucker. Tucker Carlson said Donald Trump betrayed Christians and rejects the Bible. He points to Trump not putting his hand on the Bible when taking the oath, which I looked this up. This is true. I don't know if this is just he just didn't think about it or what, but considering how this second term is gone, it's a little weird that he didn't do this. But yeah, he's absolutely right.
Right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Okay, there's the Bible, and he never puts his hand on it.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
Every single person in Iran to save them.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
So it's a little weird. Yeah, he never put his hand on the Bible. And then if you look at 2016, when he was a lot closer to the president we voted for, hand on the Bible. 2024, no hand on the Bible. Maybe it was just a blunder, but looking back at it, it's a little weird.
Maybe some did, but certainly the leaders of the American Christian churches, by and large, said absolutely nothing. And maybe because they said nothing, this accelerated. These are the same people who sort of didn't notice somehow that on Inauguration Day, the president did not take his oath of office with his hand on the Bible. His wife stood next to him holding it.
Looking like
I was about 15 feet away and saw it, but he did not.
She's looking like she's right out of a Michael Jackson video too. That was a weird little get-up.
Put his hand on the Bible. And that should have been maybe a clue that we need to pause and think about, what is this? Why wouldn't you put your hand on the Bible? If you don't believe in the Bible, you think it's just a book, there's no cost to you to putting your hand on it, just kind of following the protocol, going along with the tradition. All presidents do it. Why aren't you doing it? And you're not doing it intentionally. You're choosing not to put your hand on the Bible when you take that oath. That suggests not that you don't believe it's real, because if you didn't believe it was real, why would you care? You'd put on the costume and take it off. It doesn't matter. That suggests you know it is real and you're rejecting it intentionally. You know what you're doing, and you're doing it anyway. But nobody asked questions about that either. It seemed kind of inappropriate, given the celebration then in progress, to ask, why wouldn't you put your hand on the Bible when you take the oath of office to lead our nation? But pretty much nobody did. I didn't. I'll admit that. I saw it and didn't say one word. Bothered me ever since. But right around January 4th, it became clear that maybe he didn't put his hand on the Bible because he affirmatively rejects what's inside that book. And what's inside that book are limits on human behavior. Because if there's one theme that spans all 66 books in the Christian Bible, it's that you are not God. And you cannot assume his powers. Because you don't have them. You may convince yourself you have them. You may want them. You may have been promised them. But in the end, they're not yours. And you'll never have them. And you can only destroy yourself and the people around you by pretending that you do. That is the consistent message that spans from Genesis to Revelation. And people who ignore that law are punished. Just like people who ignore gravity or freezing temperatures are punished. Because these are laws that were not created by people. They supersede people. But on January 4th, when the President of the United States told us he was stealing, that our country was stealing something that didn't belong to us, people should have piped up and said something, but they didn't. And that got us all the way to yesterday, which was Easter Sunday.
So that is wild. You know, I don't remember him not putting his hand on the Bible.
To the best of my ability.
But I don't think I watched the swearing in ceremony. But that's crazy. Yeah, 2016 Trump, hand on the Bible. 2024 Trump, nope, no hand on the Bible. Yeah, we played that a second ago. Obviously, he's back on the neocon booze. Here's MTG. It's a nice little rant here from MTG.
I want to say What is happening to the man that I supported, you supported, the man that denounced what happened in Iraq, the man that said no more foreign wars, no more regime change.
Man, Megan is looking witchy as fuck here, isn't she? The older she gets, the more she looks like a fucking witch, bro. Just put one of those witch hats on her, give her a broom.
Promised it on the campaign.
Should be a hot witch, though.
J.D. Vance promised it. Tulsi Gabbard promised it. All of them promised it. And we're a year in, and we're in another fucking war, and we've got American troops being killed. I think it's time for America to rip the Band-Aid off, and we need to have a serious conversation about what the fuck is happening to this country and who in the hell are these decisions being made for, and who is making these decisions.
That's a good question. I'd sure like to know myself. Sure seems like it's Netanyahu and Israel. Sure seems that way because, I mean, none of this makes sense unless we're just, serving our true master, Israel. You won't hear a better 55-second description of MAGA and Trump than this.
You didn't get a wall.
No,
you didn't get any arrests. You didn't get drain the swamp or America first. You didn't get any new infrastructure, no $5,000 Doge check. You didn't eliminate any national debt or get any help buying a new home or help.
There are still some people that I know that support Trump, and they still think they're going to get those checks. And it's like, you're not getting the checks, okay? And what we didn't want fucking checks, right? What MAGA wanted was not for you to hand out fucking money. It was for you to actually reduce the size of federal government and stop taxing us into fucking poverty. So instead of giving me money, let me just keep the money I actually worked for. Or at least a larger percentage of it, but no, we can't get that. We get promises of free money.
Help with lower grocery prices, gas prices. I mean, it's quite the opposite, in fact. You didn't get a $2,000 stimulus check or affordable health care or any accountability for the Epstein files, which he promised when he said he was going to release them all to the public. And you damn sure didn't get any no more wars. No. What you got was conned. And you're too fucking embarrassed to admit it.
I agree with this guy. I think it's going to take time for people to figure it out. A lot of the people attacking me now, they'll figure it out. They'll have their come to Jesus moment. Everybody acknowledges that they've been conned at a different pace, right? It's like, it really is like a girlfriend that's cheating on you. Some people don't want to believe it. All your friends can be like, dude, I saw your chick. She was at the bar fucking with this dude, grabbing onto his ass, Or, clearly your chick's up to some weird shit. Oh no, fuck you, man. Fuck you. You're just jealous of our love. It takes time. It takes time for people to admit that they've been fucking royally fucked in the ass. I agree. That's a perfect message from that guy. What else we got here? This is more about the guns that we tried to get to the Iranian protesters.
Now, the president also provided new details on what happened earlier this year as the Iranian regime took to the streets and slaughtered what the president tells me is 45,000 civilians in their own country. After that took place, President Trump told me the United States sent guns to the Iranian protesters. He tells me we sent them a lot of guns. We sent them through the Kurds, and the president says he thinks the Kurds kept them. He went on to say we sent guns to the protesters, a lot of them. And so a number of headlines here from my conversation with President Trump. All of this taking place more than a month into Operation Epic Fury and in the aftermath of that successful U.S. operation overnight to rescue that stranded U.S. service member inside Iranian territory. The president himself ordering that operation after the CIA came on Saturday morning and confirmed that they located where this crew member of an F-15 that was shot down on Friday was located. Again, the president making that decision to send in hundreds of U.S. special forces deep into Iranian territory and successfully retrieving that U.S. service member. Guys?
I want to make sure I got this correctly. Are you saying that the president told you that he sent guns,
Yes, he sent guns through the Kurds, and the Kurds said, yeah, thank you for the guns. Wow, we got a bunch of free guns. Dude. Trump, wake up. You're being played every day. Either that or you're just a sick fucking retard. Or you're getting played every second. Wake up, dude. Aren't you tired of being played like a fucking fiddle? Aren't you tired of being made to look like a moron? This is more about this supposed recovery mission. The autists always win. Simplecast says the burnout wreckage had nothing to do with an F-15 pilot rescue. Says the geolocated wreckage is hundreds of kilometers from the F-15 crash. The whole thing was a ruse to try to cover, /cover to try to do a Maduro-style grab-and-go op in Isfahan, which is where they have the uranium. Let's see. So here's a plot twist. The new footage of destroyed C-130 transport craft and helicopters has been geolocated over 200 kilometers away at this location. This is how good it is. You literally have footage of a bunch of destroyed American planes and shit. And if you look at it, you go, oh shit, that's terrible. We got fucked up. But no, this is a sign of victory. All this destroyed shit, it's all a victory because we rescued this one guy and we had to do that. It's hard to buy it, dude. It really seems like more propaganda.
At Thickleaf super chatted $9.99. Longtime fan of the show. Appreciate all you do.
Well, thank you, Thickleaf, for the $9.99, brother. I'm glad to see you're a long-term fan of the show. I guess I'm doing something right around here. Thank you, brother. So yeah, the new footage of destroyed American C-130 transport craft and helicopters has been geolocated to over 200 kilometers away at this geolocation. So from where he went down, that you're telling me that guy walked 200 kilometers in that amount of time? The above geolocation is just south of Isfahan, as you can see, about 200 kilometers from the earlier CSAR geolocation. Yeah, I guess the guy fucking grew wings and flew 200 kilometers from where he crashed, huh? No, I'm sure it's they can explain it somehow. But if that's the case, how did they get the same number out after both planes suffered mechanical failures? But wait, there's more. The geolocated wreckage of the C-130s, which were apparently using a local agricultural strip, just happens to be right over a mountain about 35 kilometers away from Isfahan's nuclear facility, where Iran's near-weapons-grade enriched uranium is alleged to be stored. Yeah. In an article last month, Rafael Grossi stated the following: almost half of Iran's uranium enriched up to 60% purity, a short step from weapons grade, was stored in a tunnel complex at Isfahan and is probably still there. So it looks like they tried to do, some special ops operation that went fucking terrible. And that might have been why those planes that might have been what the planes were doing when they got shot down. Who knows? And now they're just, because they can never admit a defeat. So now it turns into this amazing, we did all this to save one guy. Look how badass we are. Look, we're willing to throw away hundreds of millions of dollars to save one guy. That's how great we are. It's such a successful story. This guy with one leg, I don't know what his injuries were, but apparently he was severely injured, but still climbing mountains and all. I don't know, bro. It just feels like propaganda to me. It is therefore only logical to speculate that the F-15E rescue operation was a fake, meant to smokescreen and conceal something more nefarious. Talking's really hard right now. Sorry, boys. Recall that Trump had been talking about exfiltrating Iran's uranium, an op that would require building runways in the country. It's plausible that this plan had already long been underway, as Trump bought time by claiming it was just a theoretical possibility under consideration. One of Iran's vice presidents, Ismail Shagbad Esfahani, gave a hint on his official account. Last night, the beautiful sky of our dear Esfahan was not just witness to the fall of a few aircraft. It was as if a grand scenario had collapsed. Trump's anger and desperation confirmed the destruction of a grand plan. For now, all we can say is this: perhaps this operation was never a rescue at all. The rest of the story will be revealed in the future. Wait and see. I mean, you can't trust what the fuck these guys say either, so we'll just have to be sitting here like always going, okay, well, who's lying? Who's telling the truth? We don't know. But just believe everything. You're American, so just believe all the American propaganda, you filthy fucking traitor. We can make several speculative concluding points. Boots on ground is already underway deep inside Iran and just happens to be centered on the area where Iran stores its coveted uranium. There's a very good chance Trump wanted to stage a surprise snatch and grab before announcing a major victory to the world. Many have pointed out that this whole debacle does at least prove that Iran has been attrited to such a degree. Attritioned, I guess is what that means. That's the first time I've seen that word, attrited. To such a degree as to allow the U.S. to now fly deep missions into central Iran, including with troops, which are able to get in and out without dying. This may be true, but at the same time, whatever this operation was, it appears to have been a massive failure with huge losses of material, if not manpower, depending whether you believe official tales or not. We can assume if the U.S. did lose men, we would see the bodies amidst the wreckage or elsewhere. I've seen photos where they claim like that's a soldier's skull. I can't obviously share those, but yeah, there are people claiming that in the photos you can see the bodies of some soldiers who are in the wreckage. Where'd I leave off? We can assume if the U.S. did lose men, we would see the bodies amidst the wreckage or elsewhere, and Iran would be enthusiastically displaying them. So it's safe to assume U.S. did not suffer much casualties, although it is not a definitive bet. All right, well, I mean, we don't get to know what's going on. We're just, citizens of a country that we don't get to know. We have to vote on things, but we don't get to know the whole picture. Because we're too low level to be trusted with actually being properly informed on things, Here's Hexeth. Reporter, how many generals have you fired? I don't know the number. Yeah. Clearly, he did this at the behest of Trump, and hopefully, at some point, we'll get the backstory on this.
How many generals and admirals have you fired?
I don't know the exact number, but
You don't know the number. It's 8. Can you explain why any of them were fired? Like, just explain why was the Army JAG fired? Why did you fire him?
they all serve at the pleasure of the president. And I think
no, I'm just asking you why.
General Kane is a great example.
I'm just asking you why.
That we need
you probably learned at Princeton why.
How you doing, Rabbits? I hope everybody's doing good. It's good to see you, Rabbits.
I mean,
hope you're doing
why
good,
did you fire him?
They serve at the pleasure of the president, and we want better representation in each and every of those.
You can't explain why you fired any of them?
Gentleman's time's expired.
No, he can't. Trump told me to. Essentially, that's his answer. Trump told me to. That's that. Why did Trump tell you to? Was it because that they weren't kissing his ass hard enough? Was it because when he has grand delusions of like, oh, we're just going to go in there and do this operation and everything's going to be fine? They're like, sorry, Mr. President, this is not good. This is going to lead to this and this and this. And he's like, I don't like them. I don't like them. Fire them. Give me somebody that's going to agree with all my crazy grand delusions. It's getting sad. It really is getting sad. Oh, look at that face, bro. Look at that face. Is that the face of somebody who's winning a war? Or is that the face of somebody who just completely lost his fucking mind and he's like, oh shit, I should have stayed off the bottle. I should have known better than to go full neocon. Yeah, things are going well. That's the face of somebody who's confident and really, really feeling good about his decision making. Jesus Christ, dude. President Trump says he hasn't lost a single supporter from his MAGA base. CNN is confirmed. Yeah, we saw that one already. Is there anything else here? I think we got to everything, boys. Oof, this has been a rough one. I had to do the show, though. I mean, this was like a big news day. So much shit to talk about. So much shit enraging me. And I was like, yeah, even though I feel like total garbage and talking is difficult. Every time I talk, it makes me want to cough more. I had to do the show today. I don't know tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow. Where's the fucking... Here we go. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow. If it's a big news day, I'm going to still come on tomorrow. But if it's a bit of a slow news day, I might take another day to recover. I was doing so much better. yesterday morning, it was the worst. I've been taking, my allergy medicine, Claritin, and I thought, okay, today I'm getting better. But then I went out today and I fucking got some of the shit on the trees on my shirt. And it's like, oh, that just kicked it off. Made it so much worse, getting all that shit all over me. But thank you guys. It's been a blast. I'll chat with you guys for a little bit. What's up? How's everybody doing in the chat? How are you feeling? Let's see what the votes are. 81% do not support the war. 19% do.
At L_Yeffer-67 super chatted $10. Thanks for going live when you don't feel well. I hope you feel better soon, buddy.
Thank you, Jefe. I appreciate it, brother. I will. This shit used to, when I was younger, this shit used to last 2 weeks. Recently I've been able to, it's like I had it like, I forgot last time I had these allergies, but it was just a few days. So I'm hoping tomorrow. I thought today I was starting to get past it, but then I went out and it's just been worse since then. It's like I got to stay inside like a fucking pussy. I can't go outside because it just makes my allergies worse. The allergies are so bad right now, dude, in Texas. But yeah, I'm hoping it won't last too much longer. Thank you for the 10, El Jefe. Thank you for the support, the gifted memberships as well, brother. You rock. Thank you so much. El Jefe's a good dude. MMAKO, also MMAKO, if you didn't see the edit I put out today of the Lindsey Graham coverage of his Disney trip, that was edited by the great and wonderful MMAKO TV. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. It's a nice little edit. If you missed it live, it's a good coverage of it. Hopefully we'll be doing more clips from the show. So look out for those. So if you missed the show, maybe if there's something good, you'll catch a clip. Thanks, Ping, the real patriot. You're welcome, Nico. Thank you, dude. Crumpulus, did you talk to John? Crump's here, John. Every time I see John talking in the chat, it's always, guys, where's Crumpulus? Is Crumpulus going to be live tonight? Crumpulus, you doing a show? Go check out Crumpulus's show. Crumpulus is good people. And I hope, who's Dan and Whole Sock and Redonk, I hope you guys make peace. Okay, we need peace. We need peace among the Ping Nation, guys. We gotta love each other, okay? We're all we got. A woman, OFC.
At ST.0 super chatted $5. You the best, Ping. Don't forget my song.
You talking about the outro, St. Onion? Or is there a different? You're talking about the outro, right? Yeah, I won't forget it, bro. We'll do the outro for sure. Rest up, bro. Thank you, Cyber Twitch. Hope you're good, dude. Apophis. Have a great evening, all. Laurel Blue, what's up, buddy? Leroy, I'm so glad this community exists. I'll be around. Thank you, Leroy. I'm glad you're here as well. We gotta, we can't be infighting, guys. We gotta love each other. We gotta be a happy family here. Super Earth, yeah, St. Onion. I'm gonna get Helldivers installed here soon, dude. We'll play some Helldivers. Anybody who plays Helldivers, get on the Discord. We'll get some Helldivers games going. We got me and St. Onion. We'll need what? What are they? Is it still just 4 people on a team? It's a fun game if you guys haven't played it. So yeah, get on the Discord. Links are in the description. We'll do some gaming. We'll play some Helldivers. I'm back to playing Counter-Strike 2 as well. I got really pissed and uninstalled it. But then, I reinstalled it the next day. I made a bunch of room on my drive, and it does seem to be functioning better. I was mad because I'm not getting enough FPS, and I keep getting killed by shitty noobs with better video cards, and that really enraged me. But at some point, boys, I'm going to have to upgrade my PC. But yeah, get on the Discord. Links in the description. Follow the second channel. At some point, I might pop in on the second channel and do some shit there. So go follow the second channel and become a member. Link for Patreon or YouTube memberships. It's all in the description. Much love, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. It's been a blast. We'll see you on the next one. Not sure when that's going to be. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, look out for the show. Again, join the Discord if you want to get notifications. Or you can turn the bell on YouTube. Like, do that anyway. Even though it's kind of hit or miss, it's a good signal to the algorithm. Hitting the thumbs up, turn the bell on, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Much love, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great night. Thank you, guys.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll...
And yeah, Polish Pride, you're right. I do need to do that. I need to get some local honey. I haven't done that in a long time, and I think that's what's hurting. Because when I did local honey, I didn't get any allergy problems for a long fucking time. So I need to get back to doing that. Thank you, Polish Pride. Thank you for the 10, brother.
Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.